of you. Good evening. Om Shanti. I'm a bit late for the session today, and my apologies for that. I was meeting a critical illness patient. He's going through the 3rd and 4th stage of cancer, but he's very happy. He's not sad about it. And he's very enthusiastic. He wants to take the best of the time that is available to him. And doctors explained him that is mostly 95% curable, but still there are some chances, which they can't ignore. But it's a process of time, and he's okay with it. Family, but he's very okay. While we were discussing, so many things came into mind. So many beautiful concepts of nature came out in this session. Sometimes in the rainy season, you see small ants getting wings. Have you ever noticed? And these, especially on the street lights, they start flying. Though it's raining at that point of time, and they beautifully fly, tirelessly fly. And they flock in groups, right? There's so many insects flying. And when you come back in the morning and try to find them, you see them on the floor. What are they doing? They lost their wings. They lost their lives. So their life with those wings is only for one night. But have you seen the level of happiness, the enthusiasm, the togetherness, the joy which they have cherished just in that one night? Life is not about having a long span. It's about how fully, fulfillingly, joyfully, happily we live this moment. I was just listening to Sister explaining about just referring the word resolutions. How many of you had your resolutions? I just want to see them. Planning to have your resolutions? Right. And I would like to change this, I would like to change this, I would like to change that. We have so many things coming in mind. See, there is nothing called as a new year. It's only a measure of time. It's an era. We started counting time from an era. If you come to the Indian era, there is a different era. There is a different new year. And if you start counting on the basis of the rulers, the Indian have Indian calendar, there's a different era. Different era has a different new year. And there is seasonal new years as well. In India we celebrate Ugadi, we celebrate, in North we celebrate, in South we have Onam, and in North we have different festivals. In Punjab we have one type of festival, Vaisakhi, all connected with nature. There is a seasonal change which is taking place in the nature. For example, you say new year, so there is a new month, new week. Tomorrow we're going to have a new week. Actually, India starts the new week from Sunday. That's why it's called as Adivar. Adivaramo in Telugu. Adi means the first day of the week. It's a celebration, joy. We have holiday on that. And if a new week, we have a new day as well. If a new day, you have a new hour. You have a new minute. You have a new second. It's just about the importance that we give to that. For those little beautiful insects, the ants which got their wings in that night, that's a new life for them, new single day for them. One day, life is completed. But fully they live. Nature, look at the beautiful nature. We have a span of maybe, of course, our lifetime has come down. It's beautifully made for 150 years for human beings. And those who complete 60 years is said to be a person who has completed Shashti. And then one who completes 2 Shashtis is called as a Purnayu, one who has complete lifetime. But completing one Shashti is also very difficult these days. So then, from 120 years to 150 years is the right lifetime for a human being. But what's happening with the life? So because of this long life expectation, maybe we are not giving importance to the day as that little ants who got wings for one night are appreciating life so much. Then in nature there are so many beautiful things to learn. We start taking the example of nature. Take a tree. This tree manages to continuously leave some things and continuously develop some things. Maybe that's why we call them leaves. Because they leave. And they live. And after completely leaving, they leave. We also get so many thoughts, so many emotions, so many ideas, so many feelings, so many perspectives, perceptions, so many memories which are good to keep, which are dangerous to keep. Memories and our thoughts about those memories, relationships. If this is an internal thing, then comes the external thing, our value system. And the struggle to keep that value system intact. We find a part of us getting influenced to something and slowly trying to compromise with this value system. Maybe about ethics, our principles which we may have decided for ourselves, our thoughts, our decisions. Sometimes something interferes, the noise, the diversion. There is an internal struggle, and how beautiful is that struggle? And how great is that struggle? When a person has an internal conflict, resists to something which is influencing, spiritualist says that even that little effort is very, very, very great and highly appreciable. The The person is not succumbing to that, indulging into it, or just getting lost into the influence. The person is fighting it. There is determination. Possible, sometimes fail. People may fail, but that doesn't matter. How strongly the person wants to stand back is more important. And stand to that. And that is highly appreciable. And when you're thinking about the new year, what are the new things we're going to add to our life, or what are the changes that we're going to want to bring, before doing that, okay, have we tried to appreciate ourselves for all that we have done in this last year? We may have brought so many beautiful changes in us. Have we spent some time to look at those changes which we have brought? I'm sorry. Have you ever appreciated ourselves for those changes which we have brought? All the good things that we have done. Have we acknowledged them? Have we at least identified them? Are we taking time to look at ourselves and see what are the good things that we have done? We speak about changing. We want to bring about a big change. We want to set everything right, that perfect moment, that all things are set. Maybe relationships, maybe career, profession, work, maybe financial things, maybe social responsibilities, maybe family, or our own personality, behavior. We want to bring so many changes, but even before we bring those changes, are we acknowledging the changes that we have already brought in us and the intrinsic goodness that we have? Many times we try to bring about a change without appreciating what we have already done. That's why that thought of change actually doesn't become very strong. In psychology, there is a concept called as reinforcement. If you want to bring about a change in a person, if you can, maybe in yourself as well, if you can recollect, or if you can express, or if you can narrate those moments, those changes which match to that type of change which they have already done at different times, and then if you are expressing it before them, you are actually reinforcing the person to be positive about the change which you are trying to bring. Our mind even takes it the same way. If you take time, first we need to take time. Even thinking about the change comes later. The first thing is to take time to see what are the beautiful things that we have done in this whole last year maybe. If you are thinking about a new year, the new month, the new day, our Pitashri always encourages us to take a day as one life. In the night when you're resting, rest as if you're not going to wake up. All the things which you have done right from the morning to the end of the day, recollect everything. There may be things which we don't carry anything to the next day. Whatever good things that you have done, appreciate yourself for that. or what are the good things that have been done by anyone else, appreciate that before them. Or if not, within your thoughts, because your vibrations reach to the persons more powerfully than your words. And then, if there are any mistakes that have happened, which comes into your memory at the day, then first have the courage to accept that. And what are the developmental inputs that you can have for yourself from that? Okay, it's not change, it's always a developmental input. Anything which comes to us. Then, if you take it as a developmental input, then the change comes naturally. And then, all the good things happened, all the gratitude which you can have for anything that has been done for you, the nature which provided us so much in that day. There are so many helps that we receive directly and so many helps that we receive very indirectly. Many a times we don't even know who have helped us. It's been observed that especially on the road accidents, just in a fraction of seconds, so much changes. Some people are saved and some people get the injuries. Someone may be helping them, some energy may be helping them, and some person may have helped them. Someone may have just gave you a call, so you slowed down for a moment at that time. At that time you were getting irritated because you got a call and you did not want to answer. You slowed a bit, saw the number, and you may have sent a message saying that I can't call you right now. That 1 second, 2 seconds may have stopped from something. We don't even know. What if I take a moment and look at everyone and thank them for a moment? We may have people in the whole year, for example, who have annoyed us a lot. But Baba says, don't take that for the next day as well. So we have a beautiful ritual in Raj Yoga, where in the night before sleeping, we are encouraged to sit in solitude. And right from the morning, the first thought you get in the morning, right from the first thought, do it at 3 levels, which is called as in Trikarana Shuddhi. The one is the Manasa, the other one is the Vacha, then the third one is the Karmana. Manasa, Vacha and Karmana. These 3 constitute the Trikarana Shuddhi. Then the Trikarana Shuddhi activity is done. Remember everything right from the morning, in a thought, words and actions. And at the last memory we come. And then there may be feelings of gratitude. We express it out in the mind through the person, through the nature, through the divine. And then our thoughts, we observe the quality of our thoughts silently, being not judgmental about it. We acknowledge that this is the quality of the thoughts that I have for the whole day. Then our words, then our actions. After that, take it before the divine. Whichever way you may be connecting to God, ultimately you connect to one God. It can happen directly, or if that knowledge and wisdom is not there, that realization did not take place, or that jnana that does not take place, maybe we will be doing it indirectly, but everyone are addressing to the one divine personality, one divine being. Everyone may have selected their own way of, some may have taken the prarthana, some may have taken the meditation, some may have taken the sadhana, some may have taken the bhakti marga, some may have taken the jnana marga, some may have taken the yoga marga. But everyone are connecting some way or the other, maybe in any religion, everyone is connecting to that one divine. So that day is closed with neutrality. And then the morning we wake up with neutrality. If we don't release this, our subconscious is filled with so many things. And that carries into the dreams, and that carries to the next day. If you take the same concept for a new year, Because Baba says every moment is a new moment. The same concept into the new year. The first thing that we need to do, even before at 12 o'clock we hear a lot of sounds, celebrations, crackers, and everyone said Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We can also say Happy New Day, Happy New Hour, Happy New Minute, Happy New Second, because there is newness everywhere. It's not about just physically trying to say, wish Happy New Year. How really a new year becomes happy? We need to lay those foundations for that. For that, the first thing that we need to do is appreciating ourselves for all the good things that we have done in this whole year. First, start with a positive memory. Not with guilt, not with blame, not being rude to ourselves. We can't bring about a change. Being angry about that, about ourselves, no, we can't bring about a change with anger. We can only suppress with anger. Or punishments won't work. I have seen people punishing themselves a lot. It lays the foundation of self-destructive tendencies. No, punishment doesn't work. What really works is that soft, heartful speech, speaking to yourself, touching your most sensitive areas, helping yourselves to understand your vulnerabilities, helping yourself by acknowledging that, helping yourself to make understand that you are more powerful, motivating yourself by recollecting those moments when you have done wonderful things in spite of very difficult situations, helping yourself to connect to those beautiful moments of life when you have not compromised on your values. You stick strong like a pillar in spite of losing so many things. You may have to make so many sacrifices, but you stood on some principles very strongly. And recollecting those moments when you have achieved with the determination, commitment, dedication. By recollecting all these things, all these wonderful things, there is inspiration. There is reinforcement. It's a positive reinforcement. Then the personality starts taking it strongly. Then you bring about, you have done so many things wonderfully. Now can we also do these things? Then the acceptability is high. You're enforcing the mind. And mind takes the courage. If not, we end up making a beautiful list, but that list stays like that. Because nothing new is going to happen between 2019 and 2020. Nothing is going to happen. It's just the same routine day. Except human beings, every creature in this whole universe is normal that day. We assume that this is a new year, so we value it like that. But you see, if you really want to value it, if you really want to bring about a change, you should sit to yourself, speak to yourself. It's not just partying on a night. It's about being a part of yourself. Connecting yourself, connecting to your core. Then comes this sweet voice from inside. The gentle personality which everyone has. Everyone is unique, wonderful, and everyone is special. We need to identify that speciality which God has filled in us. Everyone is wonderful. Each one of us are blessed with some extraordinary qualities. sometimes we may not recognize that. Maybe when no one have valued it, or no one even identified it, we ourselves may not have done it. If we start believing that there's a wonderful thing which we have inside, there is uniqueness, then we don't enter into the complexes. The complexes of inferiority, the complex of superiority, the complex of comparing with others comes only when we have not yet identified that intrinsic qualities and beauty of our own self. It's impossible to compare anyone with any other person when everyone is unique and different. Can you compare your retina with anyone's retina in the whole universe and find it to be the same? Can even one cell of yours match to any other cell in the whole universe? Can anyone open your mobile with their fingerprint? It's impossible. The reason? You're unique, you're different, and you're special. Who is the first person in the universe who should appreciate that and accept that? Yes? Who is that first person? Your mother? Your dad? Your friends? Your colleagues? They know to appreciate that, acknowledge it. Who is the person? Who is the one person who should appreciate, acknowledge and accept it? It's me. Am I doing the justice? Am I doing the justice to myself? Okay? Am I? So you have your talk time in your mobile. Okay? You have your screen time. You have your conversations, time for so many things. But you see, sometimes we don't have time for ourselves. Maybe you have time for your kids. You have time for your work, time for everything. But very few people take out time for themselves. This, all you coming to these beautiful Sunday evening talks, is nothing but giving time to yourself to think. It's not that only the speaker is trying to make something. Everyone is contributing here through their vibrations. We're all thinking. It's a reflective thinking that we are all participating into. And then, what happens if you're giving time to yourself? You will definitely be a better person. And you're already a better person. You are just recognizing that you are a better person. If you give time, okay, sometimes, many of you go for shopping? Yeah? Go for shopping? Like shopping, New Year shopping done? Coming from shopping. Lovely. Have you noticed, sometimes we buy things and we just don't use them. Have you noticed? They're beautifully kept in the shelves. So many new things, so many new things. I find it everywhere. They don't use it. Maybe in a year time they don't even use it. So what is the difference in having in the shelf of the shop and in our shelf? There is no difference. There's so many new things in us also. So many new things. So many beautiful and wonderful things hidden inside us in the form of qualities, in the form of skills, in the form of arts, in the form of beliefs, realizations, dreams. Very powerful, beautiful, extraordinary things are there inside us. They are just kept inside, like those things which we are bought and kept inside. When we give time to ourselves, we open these layers and these things start surfacing up. Just give some time for meditation and just sit calmly in stillness with a very positive thought. Not now, we'll do it. Every day, take some time Look at yourself deeply and then start acknowledging them. How many of you have suddenly one day did something, maybe gave a speech somewhere, or motivated someone, or suddenly did a task which you may not have, you never felt that you would be able to do. And then you realized, oh, I have this also in me. I can do this as well. How could I do that? Have you ever noticed sometimes happening? It is for the first time that you have seen that these things are happening. What is that? That's a discovery. That is Eureka. You have discovered a part of yours. If that happens every day, can that happen every day? So every day is a new beautiful day. It's a discovery. It can happen. Spirituality says you have so many things within, every individual has so many things within themselves. If they can really give time and go into the core, they start opening a new flower every day. That's possible when we give time to ourselves. Speak to ourselves. More than that, listen to ourselves. Not just speaking about our situations with others. Okay, we need to speak about situation to others when we don't listen to ourselves. That need doesn't come when really we address ourselves. There is an inner voice sometimes, there is an inner baby, there is a very inner child is there who wants to speak to you. There is a need for self-parenting as well. There is an inner child confused looking at so many things externally. Maybe sometimes rebellious. Maybe sometimes radical thoughts may come from the child. Who will the child go to? It's you. They want to speak. They want to, our inner feelings want to be listened to. And when we listen to those thoughts, and when we very patiently, non-judgmentally listen to our own feelings, our own thoughts, and slowly channel them into a direction, give them a direction, and then use that energy in a positive way, then you see, you start discovering a new dimension of your own self. A tree always keeps itself lively with that new leaves which come into the tree. And the tree itself is a world. In that tree, there are so many birds, so many insects. A big, huge biodiversity is there in the tree itself. And if you just go into the tree and open some leaves and see, one of the part of the biodiversity, one beautiful species you will notice there are so many caterpillars going on the tree. And the caterpillar is really a beautiful organism. It inspires us a lot. We can learn so many things from this caterpillar, from whom the concept of metamorphosis came into the topic today. Metamorphosis came from the nature's concept. Its morphosis is shifting from one form to the other form. A metamorphosis is a complete shift from one form to the other form in such a way that it doesn't come back. But there is a process in it. There is a very beautiful process in it. So when we want to bring about some changes in ourselves, if we take inspiration from this caterpillar, it's beautiful. I've seen in one of the videos, the caterpillar, the moment it comes out, some species of caterpillars, they eat the egg first, the shell of the egg. Calcium. Then wherever they see green, they start eating. And then, is it useful or is it harmful? It's all in a cyclic form. And we should go through the whole cycle to understand whether it's useful or not just that form, that little form. Today I will try to bring to you how we can learn from this wonderful process of metamorphosis. Would you be interested? Yes. Yeah? Yeah. Can you relate that with your own self? Will you try to do that? It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. It can give a new dimension to our own self. It can make us understand what we are going through at this moment. I see so many students here. Youngsters. So many thoughts coming into the mind, what to do at this moment and what's there for us in the future. We go through the different stages. This is one stage of life. And the beautiful, very beautiful stage of confusion is a very beautiful stage. Wherever we are confused, that means that is a beautiful state. We are in a crossroads. Wherever we are confused, it shows that we have so many options there to choose. Wherever we are confused, we are growing from one level to the other level. It's a time for that. Wherever we are confused, it is the time to talk to our own self. It is time to talk to the wise people. Wherever we are confused, it is a time where we require support, strength. It is where we connect to the divine also. The caterpillar is also confused. The initial days comes out as a small little caterpillar and it starts eating wherever it sees green. Anything that is green, it starts eating. It's only one business, eat, eat, eat and eat. And you know, it's so beautiful that it tears its skin many a times in the whole process. Its skin tears open and then a new skin forms. And again it eats. Then again the skin, it eats so much that it tears out. And again it covers with some fluids which come from inside. And then again it patches up. It's growing, the caterpillar is growing in size. It becomes too big in a very short period of time. And then one day it stops eating. It's no more feels like eating. It stops. Maybe it is thinking about the future. Maybe it's confused. What to do now? I'm eating, and is this the only thing of life? Work, money, pay bills, food, groceries. Maybe the first week more money, maybe party a bit, celebrate, gifts, shopping, and slowly it comes down. It starts becoming tight. And the EOD comes, our credit cards come to the rescue. And then, is this the only thing? What is it? We are just repeating the same thing every day, every month. Is this the purpose for which I am living? Maybe it's also thinking I am eating and growing and eating, going. What am I doing? Many people do come to me when the counseling takes place, psychological interventions take place. They have majority a problem of accepting their body. Many of them can't accept their body as they are. There are so many complaints. Someone wants to shun the weight, someone wants to gain the weight. I said, many a times I try to explain, it is This weight, you can leave it later. First, leave the weight here. There's so much of weight in the head. If this goes away, this accumulation also may go away. If you want to gain something, maybe you have to gain here. Physically, automatically may happen. Not a big deal. Inability to accept yourself as you are, it's very peculiar. Someone says, I am white, and someone says, I am dark. Someone says, I am brown. I would have been better if it had been like someone else. No, you will be better by being yourself. By becoming someone else, no one can feel better. We can feel better by being what we are. Being what we are, again, it comes with two things. What we are, we have two things here. One is what we originally are and what we acquired in ourselves. When we connect with what we originally are, it is what gives us a lot of satisfaction and happiness. Not the acquired. Or not trying to be someone else. No. Okay. Youngsters use a lot of, sometimes they're not happy with their skin color. I interact with so many Europeans. They all appreciate Indians. They're so fascinated. They say, brownies, they are so beautiful. Oh my God, how beautiful these people are. So, to get something like this, they go to the beaches and try to, expose themselves to sunning. It's not about being someone else, it is about being your own self. That is physical, but psychologically also, spiritually also, being yourself is more rewarding. There is a treasure inside yourself. Have you ever opened the door? Have you ever explored? Sometimes we have everything in our home, but after shopping, we bring back and we'll try to keep it inside. Then we see that we already have it. Many times it happens. Here, the metamorphosis, the caterpillar stage is a beautiful stage. When it takes and accumulates, one day it stops and say, what am I doing? A state of vairagya, a state of connecting to the self, a state where the person is talking to his own self. Then the caterpillar chooses a different path. It says, I will quarantine myself. It hides behind a leaf or behind a branch and connects with a small piece. And then the beautiful thing is, it opens each and every hair from its body. And then, it's okay. And then weaves a beautiful cocoon, creates a cocoon from its own saliva and the hair, which it plucks away. And then with that cocoon, it totally quarantines, gets inside it and seals itself from all the external influences. It seals itself from all the external influences and goes through a tremendous, beautiful process. And that process is called metamorphosis. And for few days, it is away from the world. And afterwards, the day comes. The day comes when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon. It's totally different form earlier. And now when it comes out, it is totally a different form. How did that happen? How could that happen? Has it gone to someone else to do that? It connected. She connected with her own self, then she could bring out that beautifulness out of it. In the same way, actually, in this whole process, slowly the wings get developed, the whole form changes, the gentle legs, it becomes very subtle. And then comes the time of giving back. Earlier it took everything from the farmer. And now the time comes, it gives back. What does it give? When the butterfly comes out, what she does? Now it gives back to the farmer in the form of pollination in the right season. And it helps the farmer for all the sacrifice which he has done or she has done for him, and then gives back. And this time her food gets changed. Earlier she was eating leaves, and now she drinks nectar from the flowers. She's so gentle, she doesn't disturb. She never cuts anything now. See the beauty? Earlier, it was just cutting and eating, cutting and eating. Now, she's so gentle that she doesn't even harm the flowers. Even the marks will not be there on the flowers, so gentle. How the person changed? The person changed. Now the person felt the pain of others maybe. In the same way, we also get so many changes. Metamorphosis, we go through the self-metamorphosis. We initiate a self-metamorphosis for ourselves. The change which comes in us would be so wonderful that we never hurt anyone. But at the same time, we don't miss drinking nectar from everyone. Here the nectar is everyone has something best to offer to others. If we come out of the gross thoughts to refined thoughts, we will be able to take that nectar. We can learn so many things from everyone. We are taking the nectar from them. Everyone has their speciality. If you are able to identify that speciality, you are helping them to connect with themselves in the form of pollination maybe. You identify some special quality in them and make them understand that they have that special quality. There is two advantages here. You are getting that quality into yourself and you are reinforcing that quality in them. And they go with a lot of positive feelings. And from the next moment, they become more confident about themselves because they have seen that positive light within them. You help them to see that. So you have taken that nectar, gently made the pollination there, through which a new plant is getting created. This is how the metamorphosis change takes place. And here, there is a process in between. This process, any time, any change which we want to bring, there is some difficulty there. There is some pain there. There is some struggle there. But if you are able to see the end result, if you are able to connect with the outcome, and if you are able to connect with the pain or the loss or the difficulty or the inconvenience that you are going through for not bringing the change, and being in the same way as you were earlier, then this pain becomes small. The pain of metamorphosis becomes small. The pain of metamorphosis is it starts with reflective thinking, and then talking to yourself or expressing your thoughts loud with everyone or anyone, and then coming into taking an initiative of actions. Whenever we think about a change, the moment we think about a change and start writing them, for every change we should take the first step immediately. If we are committed, we will be able to take an immediate step. What are the 5 steps that I am going to take? What is the first step that I am going to take towards that journey? If we are able to take that first step, we have already started the journey. Many a times we are just thinking and keeping them in thoughts, not into actions. Sometimes we even express. And the caterpillar brought to its action. It created a cocoon through which it can go into that reflective thinking for a period of time. But when it comes out, I've seen a beautiful presentation in which it's beautifully expressed. When it comes out, the process is very painful. The reason is there is a small little hole in the beginning. It just opens it in the front side of the cocoon, and the butterfly from inside opens it and comes to that small opening, and that is too painful and too difficult. And when it is just coming out, within that small hole, the whole body of the butterfly should come out. It takes a lot of time. It is pushing to come out. It's like birth. While she is pushing out, lot of changes are taking place. Every confusion goes through this process. When you're choosing your decisions, especially youngsters, when you're moving from one phase to another phase, earlier in a very comfortable place, comfortable zone, now you're getting into a risk zone of decisions of life. Pushing yourself towards that would be difficult, but it is rewarded. Some good person like you felt that they should help the butterfly to come out. So they have taken a small scissor and gently opened the butterfly's, the cocoon, so that the butterfly came very easily outside. And the person felt so happy that they have helped this butterfly to come. And then expected that this butterfly will fly out. There's a lot of beautiful things that are going to happen, and just waiting for the butterfly to fly. The butterfly opened the wings, but it is unable to fly. The person thought maybe she needs some water, sprinkled some water, maybe she needs some food, brought some flowers. For a few hours the butterfly could not fly, and finally it was found that the butterfly can never fly. Why? Yes? Wings are not strong enough. Why are they not strong enough? The process was not completed. The process was not completed. In all the goodness, in all good wishes, to help them, to help her, the good person has the person helped her? No. They could not help. Parents, there are some parents here as well. In all your goodness to help your child, don't make them too dependent. Don't they make them parasitic. Self-dependency starts from clearing off my own mess. Self-dependency starts from taking care of my own self from a very young age. You need to empower your children to take care of themselves, their mess, their works, their laundry. If parents in all goodness of helping the children, if they start doing it everything for them, they don't learn the way. Sometimes, youngsters, your parents may say some things to you which may make you feel very painful. No, it's not about that. It's about they're actually helping you to push you, make you understand that you are grown up and you are capable. They have a lot of confidence in you. They have faith in you that you are capable. That's the reason why they are saying that. The nature's beautiful way. The birds, when they get ready in the nest, they are not confident, but the parents are confident looking at their wings. They push them away from the nest, not because they hate them. It's because they care for them. When they push them outside, they are with them till their wings are stronger to fly and take care of themselves. Now when the bird starts flying, it sees the whole world in a new perspective. That comfort zone of the nest comes, and then the bird sees a beautiful thing outside. And that is so empowering. Now, remember the day when you have first learned maybe cycling? Do you all remember the day? Right? You are trying to get that balance. Many times you're falling down. So many scratches here, on the knees, on the elbows, but still you're not left. You're trying and trying and trying and trying. And one day, at one moment, you learnt it. It happened so magically. Remember that day, connect yourself with that day. When you started balancing, how did you feel about it? How was the happiness? What was that happiness? Can you define it? What is that level of achievement you have felt? It's like you are ruling the road. Wow. You are just ruling the road. You are flying, you got wings like. And I've seen youngsters cycling all the day. The whole day was the cycling. It's a beautiful celebration. And have you noticed one thing? When you learned and when you mastered and the happiness, and with that happiness you are just cycling, were you remembering your pains at the knees and the scratches which you had? No. In spite of that, you are happy. And all that scratches gave you more happiness. Pain is there. Remember, this is a beautiful quote. Pain is there, but suffering, was it there? No. Suffering is not there. Problems are there. But do we need to suffer from those problems or not is our choice. Pain is mandatory. Suffering is optional. That day when you're cycling, you had pain. But your joy and happiness is so much bigger than the pain that the pain became very insignificant. In that way, every one of us has some beautiful moments in our life. Maybe the first day when you learned swimming. Can ever forget swimming any point of time? No, once you learned it for lifetime. Cycling, once you learned it for lifetime. Driving, once you learned it for lifetime. In the same way, once you learn the art of channeling your mind, driving your mind, the appropriate way, wherein which it can balancedly take you forward, you learn it for the lifetime. Is it not worth investing in that? There's a beautiful Archie's quote which says, if you have 6 hours to chop a tree, use 5 hours to sharpen the axe. If you have 6 hours to sharpen the tree, use 5 hours to sharpen the axe. When the axe is sharp, doing it becomes easy. Without sharpness, it's not useful. You're only doing the hard work. You're cursing, you're complaining, you are annoyed, you are irritated, you are angry. You don't know on whom. Many times you're angry, but you don't know on whom am I angry. So all these things come, it's all in the hard work. Once you learned cycling, you had the joy, overcome the pain. In the same way, once you learn the art of balancing the mind, you will learn. It becomes beautiful. And the best way to begin is to silently listen to your own self. Some people don't get sleep in the night. Do you know why? When all the works are settled, the inner voice starts speaking to them. and it's very difficult to face it. It tries to bring so many things. I've seen many people getting into addictions, taking alcohol or some other thing to suppress that. Not needed. If you can gently listen to that person, the inner being, there's so many things beautifully the person wants to explain. Have you ever seen someday you have taken some stuff which doesn't suit your stomach and that becomes very, very heavy? Right? At that time, what do you prefer? To have it like that or to take it out? When you just vomit out everything, look at that relief which you get. Isn't it? Undigested stuff, pushing it inside is poisonous. When the inner voice tries to come out, say something, if you allow that to say and you silently listen to your own inner voice, it's like you are allowing the poisonous stuff to come out. It's going out. Once it is out, you are in relief. But when it comes out, it is very awkward. It's very, very disturbing maybe for a few moments. But later, it is such a relief. Allowing detoxification is the talk of the town these days. Everyone wants to detoxify themselves. That is physical detoxification, and this is mental detoxification. Start with listening to your own self, gently speaking to your own self, and slowly the metamorphosis will begin. And then we take a different form. Afterwards, the next day, when we meet people, we'll meet like a butterfly than a caterpillar, because we understand what the pain is when a hard word is spoken, what a pain is when physical hurt is insignificant compared to the mental hurt which people get from the hard and sharp words that we may speak to them. Then we become gentle. We don't hurt them, but we learn the art of taking the nectar without hurting them. We learn the art of taking work, maybe if you are a manager, from others without giving any pain. Not just squeezing everything out of them as earlier, as in a caterpillar form. Change is a beautiful process. And we learn and take it forward as we go ahead. One beautiful thing is, when the change comes naturally, when the change comes through realization and understanding, that change stays permanently. It doesn't come back. Any change which is forced, when I say forced, okay, in companies we see so many changes takes place, it's forced. Enforced, empowered, there are so many differences. When a change it is an empowered change, it stays. When the change is owned by everyone, it stays. Even in families, when you want to bring about change, parents, if you make that change a family decision than that of an imposed decision, children are growing. We need to remember that. If it is a family decision, they also participatively involves and gets into the decision, then the change stays permanently. If you want an irreversible change in organizations, you need to help everyone to own that change. If you want to bring about an irreversible change in yourself, don't impose. Don't force. Make yourself understand how much that change is required in life. What are the losses that you're going to have? So, if that change comes, how beautiful it would be. Visualize that. The more you visualize it, you connect with it. Then it becomes an inspirational change than that of an imposed change. Have you noticed sometimes in our lives, some sudden moment comes and there is a change. And you will be surprised looking at you, how this change has come in me. One day, we have some programs in Shanti Sarovar here. This is such a beautiful and a divine place. In these classrooms, around 12,000 teachers and resource persons were trained in value education. They are the teachers who were trained in value education. Once the education minister was with us, we invited him for an inauguration or a valedictory program. Maybe in the valedictory program. When he came, all the teachers were asking the education minister to increase. They were coming for 5 days. They said we need at least 10 days to 15 days training. They were asking. The education minister was very close to us. We met them in some conferences earlier. There is a Vision 2020 documentation being proposed by then Andhra Pradesh government. There was cabinet subcommittees. In the education subcommittee, they invited Brahma Kumaris, and we all went there. We have presented some white papers to the government to how the 2020 what can be the vision for 2020. And you see, the 2020 has come. It's already there. And is the vision cherished, accomplished? To some extent. Maybe we felt from our side, we did our part to bring that vision into reality. And the government tried to implement those suggestions which Brahma Kumaris have given to the Andhra Pradesh government. They tried to implement that. And now that is in the vision paper and vision statement as well. So now, he asked a question. Brother, these teachers are asking, they want for 5 days to 10 days or 15 days. Which would be an ideal time? What do you think? How much time it requires for a person to change? And I was in a fix, I was just thinking. So we were sharing the stage, he was giving his speech. Then afterwards I was asked to speak for a few minutes. Then I restated this question which he said. And I asked them how much time is required for a change. All the audience I asked how much time. Someone said 1 month, someone said 15 days, someone said 10 days. No. A change takes only 1 second. It only takes 1 second for anyone to change. Only 1 second. Gautam Buddha took only 1 second to change. And the Anguli Mar who tried to attack Gautam Buddha, he changed in 1 second. A robber, or there are so many beautiful stories. Valmiki had a different life earlier who took only 1 second to change. When our sisters conducted some programs in Tihar jail, they interacted with so many people. One of the person was from the Chambal Valley, a very famous dacoit. He liked Raj Yoga, he started practicing. He changed totally. It took 1 second for him. That 1 second is the second of decision. When that is 1 second where your conscious mind and the subconscious mind connects with your soul consciousness and then takes a decision. It is about the connection. Once you are connected, once that decision comes from inside, then all things becomes easy. It is not at all difficult. But it needs to connect with the self. Any change, only 1 second. But to get to that 1 second, I said then to the minister, some people may need a session, some people need 1 day or 1 week, some people need 10 days, some people may take 1 month, or some people may take lifetime but they have not seen that second. Let me tell you that nothing will come from skies to bring a change in our lives. We are the masters of our universe. We are the masters of our life. No matter, we live with others as well, they have their influences, but whether to take it or not, it's again our decision. When someone praises you, you want to be happy about it, you can be happy about it. Or you want to take it as a motivation, you can take it as motivation. When someone criticizes you, even with a negative intention, to feel sad about it, or to use the bricks thrown on you to build your own house, it's up to you. If you allow the person to make you saddened, you can. Without filters, you can open it. Then the sufferings becomes the part of the day. And if you are using that as a motivation, even that, if someone says that you're worthless, you believe it, you are worthless. You behave like you are worthless. But actually, are you worthless? No. It's not. It's a false belief. If you start taking that thought that if someone is asking you, saying that you're worthless, I would prove my worth, then you see what will happen. Look at the person, your personality opens up. Everyone will have a wonderful person in their own life to pull their leg. Somewhere or the other, a person will continuously shoot at you so many bullets. Everyone will be gifted with this person in some form or the other. And let me tell you, this person is the best person of your life. Really the best person of your life. This person is pushing you towards the edges. This person is pushing you from your comfort zone. This person is maybe making you feel that you are not having something. And this person is actually showing you that you can do something. You really can be something. It can be form of a boss in the office, or in the form of a relationship, or in the form of anything. But you see, this person is a very good person. This person has a different way to help you. And we need to align to that. If you take it as pain, or if you take it as suffering, you will suffer. Or if you take it as a very powerful motivator, then you see where it will end to. It is not on the basis of what comes to us in life which brings about the change. How we respond to what comes in our life creates that change from within. Let's start appreciating what we have already done, acknowledge it. This new year, well, you have partied many years. This new year, take the time to write down all the good things, all the successful things which you have done in your life. All those happy, wonderful moments, recollect all of them. Write, take time to write. Yeah, we all buy diaries which we never fill up. Okay, and on the 31st night when we start writing the diary, where should I write? There is no 31st night page in that. So, how we write and what we write. No problem, write all the first 10 pages, 20 pages, these things. In reality, we don't write anything afterwards. First 3-4 pages we write, then we leave. Unless and until we define why we want to write, our mind doesn't accept it. So that it really doesn't translate into writing something. So, write down all those beautiful things which you have done in your life, all those good deeds, all those nice qualities which you have discovered in yourself. All those wonderful things which God has blessed you and filled in you, write as much as possible. Maybe write 100 of them. And see, then read all of them. As you read, see which quality of yours, inherent quality of yours, made that successful moment in life. And write all those qualities which you have. Now you see how much you have. For one or two silly things, so many people are behind you. But how much you have already done, and how many qualities you already have within yourself. Appreciate, acknowledge, and say that you are really wonderful and you are really extraordinary. See, the extraordinary is a beautiful word. Everyone wants to be extraordinary. How can we become extraordinary? First, we need to be ordinary. Just simple, ordinary. And after that, we should become a little more ordinary. That is extraordinary. It's a very beautiful, I heard it somewhere, someone saying it so very nicely. Extraordinary is being more ordinary. Alright, ordinary is beautiful. You need not be something so great or something. No, the more we are ordinary, we become extraordinary. Simplicity is the beauty of life. Simplicity is so beautiful. When we are simple and when only the person who loves himself or herself can love others. Only the person who is peaceful inside can reflect peace in others. Only the person who can tolerate his own self or her own self can tolerate others. You can't tolerate yourself, you can't tolerate others also. It is always from inside it comes to outside. You are appreciating yourself, you can appreciate others. You are happy with yourself, you can be happy with everyone. No matter what they say or what they do. It is about us. Everything external is a reflection. Okay, that patient said a beautiful thing today when I met. He was about to lose his kidney. And the person said, "Sir, this is the only part which is not okay, but all the other things are okay." How beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. He is not feeling a patient. Sir, I am not a patient. This part is patient. All the other things are fine. I am fine. This little part is the patient. And they have seen so many people, the moment they come to know that they are in cancer, they are already lost the game. They are feeling sick, they are feeling depressed, they are feeling psychologically. The span of butterfly, the lifespan of that little insect may be in weeks. But in that little time, she does so much help to the farmers. She travels the whole skies. She has no limits and boundaries. Everyone farms it enters. No one can object her. No one can say that this is my kingdom, who are you to come? They are welcomed because they are free. They are helping. And all the children would like to catch the butterflies. Have you tried? Yeah, try. Do you know why? What actually do they want to catch? Beauty? They want to become like butterflies. That's why they try to catch them. By catching the butterflies, you don't become a butterfly. By being a butterfly, you can become a butterfly. How do become that? There is a process. And hope you will all initiate that process. All the best for the new second, new hour, new minute, new hour, new day, and new month and new year. So to begin this new year, don't much think about resolutions. Let that come at a later part. First, appreciate yourself from all the beautiful things that you have done in the last 1 year, and also all the things which you have done right from your childhood till today, all the happy moments, write them. And then look at all your qualities, and you will see, you create that foundation for that beautiful metamorphic change. And the caterpillar will stop eating and start thinking. Every one of us have our own caterpillars, and every one of us have our own butterflies. Some areas we have already become butterflies. In some areas we are at different stages of metamorphosis. Let's acknowledge our intrinsic goodness, all the good things that we have done. We lay a good foundation, and then when we bring about the thoughts of bringing about change, all those things would be welcomed by our subconscious mind, or our soul consciousness will accept it, and then we'll be more successful. All the best. Have a happy new year. Om Shanti.